Hello, and this is the tutorial for Macrosutra. In this tutorial, we're gonna explain a little bit about the memory search tool. And basically, what we're gonna do today is search for values in Lord of the Rings Online, and we're gonna find our position in that game and show you how to find the position in such a way that you don't have to find it every time you reload your script. In Lord of the Rings Online, the location command is /LOC. Unfortunately, my my video recorder won't allow me to have a live action shot, so this is the game in the background. But you can see my position right here is 60.24. I had that brought up before. We'll go right here to memory search, and then we'll select the Lotro client, hit search. I can tell you from experience that this is our value that we're going to be searching for, the X, the Y, and the Z. To be honest, I have no idea what these are over here. This might be the region, this might be something else, but these three are going to be our main values that we're looking for. I'm thinking that this one's probably a heading number of some type, but who knows. Range values. People who know the game more can probably enlighten me. I just don't know. I'm searching for this OX 60.24. Now, if you think like a programmer and you think like the memory block is going to be, you almost have to think that 60.24 is not enough significant digits for a float in memory. A float being a floating point decimal numeral. So since it's not probably exact in memory, and that's what we're searching on, we have to search for a range of values. The range in this case, the low end of that range, when we're rounding a number, what's the lowest number that would round to 60.24? Well, it's 60.235, right? The high end, it would be 60.24499. And that's obviously, you could keep going out and put a whole bunch of significant digits out there, but this is good enough for government work, as they say. We're going to say float right here and begin our search. And you'll notice that it's going to do some search, and as you search through the different modules that the client has loaded, you'll eventually start seeing some data pop up. I'm going to go ahead and pause it and let this thing finish its job, and when it comes back we'll have a list, and I'll continue. Okay, we've finished our search, and now you see we have a full list here of values. Clearly all of these cannot be the value we're looking for, which is our X position on our character. But you can see that they're well within our range, and a lot of them are the same. It's not uncommon that your character's position is multiple places in the memory space of your process for different various reasons. But what we're going to do here is we're going to select anything and say monitor all values. And you're going to see this box on the right fill up. And you see immediately some of these are already changing. I haven't moved my character a millimeter, so something is up. Either these are function headers or these are some kind of craziness that happen to have the right information for some period of time. In any case, that's not what we're looking for. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and select all that have changed already. And you can either right click and hit remove, or you can simply hit delete as well. So now you see there's no green items in the list. The green items are the ones that have changed. Okay, using the same logic, we can go to our game and move our character one position or 100 positions and select the ones that haven't changed. So I'm going to do that pause real quick the video and move my character and come back. Okay, so I moved the character and his new position is, it says 56.09. So you can see these 56.09. So in this case, we want to select all that have changed. Select all unchanged, because we moved our guy and some of these just didn't do anything. Alright. Now we can also go through and pick out these guys that are just, I like to call them anomalies. They match what we're looking for in a certain criteria, or they just somehow ended up in our list still after all that we've done. So let's go ahead and just take all these out. Select, you can control click these and go straight through them and just take them out. It saves resources for your searches and all kinds of good stuff, so it's just a good idea to go ahead and take out the bogus ones. Alright, so now what we're looking at is the good data, you know, the good part of our data set, and it should be showing us information. And you can go ahead and move your character around and it will actually update in this window, and I'll show you that now. I'm moving my character on the other page here, but what you're noticing also is that some of these are updating at different rates. For example, this one is delayed, and that's not anything to do with Macrosutra refreshing. That's how the memory is refreshing for your game. So what's that tell us is that piece of information right there may not be the most up-to-date and valid data, and therefore is probably not what we're looking for. You can also see that a few of these just don't make sense anymore. They don't fit the bill anymore. For whatever reason, this one's fallen out of sync with the rest, so let's just go ahead and take those out. If you look here, sometimes, in this game in particular, it's not very useful, but this is the module in memory for your game that's closest, that came before this address. And here's the offset from that module's base address. So sometimes if you were to log out and log back in, and we're about to do that actually, and it's going to help us here a little bit, you'll notice that this offset didn't change, and that will be a statically defined offset from a module that you can use to create your game variables. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is, I'm not going to shut the client down. I'm just going to log out, or you can let the client time out, but I'm going to go ahead and pause the video for just a second. When we come back, you're going to see the numbers here have changed. Most of them have changed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to log out, and then I'm going to log back in. Okay, so I logged out. I didn't log back in because I wanted to show you this. These guys are probably not good because I'm not logged in right now, and it's not relevant information. Clearly, these guys are bad. I would expect that these would go to 0 after I logged out, so I'm going to remove those. So as you can see, every time we do something like this, we're reducing the number of possible locations that this information could be stored at, and in a helpful way. Okay, let me log back in. Okay, I've logged back in, and I haven't moved a muscle in the game, but you see some of these values just don't make sense anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and guesstimate that that isn't what we're looking for. So then there were 3. I mean, that's a lot different than the hundreds that we've had over here, right? We started with this whole list over here, and it was very, very, lengthy. But now we're down to 3 memory locations.